You heard it before. People will buy based on trust. People will purchase based on trust. People will hire you based on trust. But trust doesn't happen by being sloppy. And I know this sounds like an incredible big duh moment, big obvious thing to say, but the reality is I see people being sloppy in business, being sloppy about your image all the time, every single day. And why is that possible if that was such an obvious truth? Well, the fact is there is a lot of bad advice there and there is a lot of bad assumptions about it. So first of all, let me present myself. I'm Paolo here in beautiful Charleston, South Carolina, and I'm a professional branding photographer, a personal branding photographer, and I have a group on Facebook called The Professional Image, which is really dedicated about this topic. So I would suggest to you, if you find this content useful, to subscribe to this channel, click on the bell so that you are sure that you're not going to miss any additional videos, and please consider looking at the Professional Image group on Facebook, which is open to any professional on any part of the country or every part of the world for that matter. So how is it possible that there is terrible advice out there? Well, it comes down to this. We know that video is a very powerful, informative tool, and I am here today doing this live streaming because of that. Now, as you can hear, English is my second language. I'm Italian, and I was born in Italy, and I learned English conversationally when I was in my 30s, so no ways of removing the accent. I'm doing my best, but it's just impossible. It's plain impossible. So anyway, the point is I'm doing this live on a second language because I want to provide to you the best education in business possible around the theme of the professional image, because that is what I do professionally as a photographer. So I don't want to have anything in the way of delivering this content in the shortest way possible, in the shortest amount of time possible. And I also want to take this opportunity to better myself, to improve myself as a presenter on live streaming, because live streaming is much more challenging. So at the same time, as you can see, I am presenting myself in the best way possible. I dress up for the part, and you see the presentation of the video. I have graphic elements. I'm very, very conscious of my brand, and my background right now is free of distractions, is decorated, but it is free of distractions. My head is not being intersected by other elements, which is a vital, important part of your professional presentation. And the background is several levels. It's called a stop, but let's keep it non-technical. It's several levels darker than my face, which is not something that happened by mistake or by accident or by coincidence. It's something I designed because I'm very conscious about this. You should too. Why? Because it is part of your image. Now, it's every week that I am on Zoom meetings of all kinds, or in general, business meetings of all kinds. I have multiple meetings every week, and constantly I see issues with the other participants. Images that could be a lot better, could be improved a lot, if only people had spent a tiny bit more time in looking at the frame. But the issue here is this. There are a lot of people who are saying, use video to present yourself, use video to reach new customers, use video to connect with people, use video in social media. All great advice, absolutely, nothing to say there. And then comes the problem. And they say, don't worry about how you look. Don't worry. Don't try to be too professional. Just take your phone and start recording yourself. And that is a big mistake. I'm so sorry. You heard it many times, and I know that people say content is king, which is true. It is totally true. But presentation is every bit as important. And if you had any doubt, let me again bring a trite and overused example, which is still valid. The presentation in 2007 of the iPhone. Would you argue that the iPhone, was not content enough? I mean, that thing actually changed the world, and it was a huge amount of content. And yet, Apple took every possible step to create a flawless presentation. Because if you have content and you dress it up, then you have an unbeatable combination. Let me tell you one other thing. There is a ton of videos. There are so many videos out there on YouTube, and I love YouTube. I use YouTube every single day. I find a lot of content, a lot of information there. And it's basically endless, also because YouTube is incredibly good at suggesting things based on your viewing experience. And I find a lot of things there that are, I didn't know they existed. So I love YouTube. There is a lot of stuff there. And sometimes I do a search, many times I do a search for a specific problem. Well, I might find a video there, and as I start watching it, if the sound is poor, I stop. I cannot stand video with poor sound. And if you are using your built-in webcam, your built-in, on the laptop, your built-in microphone, well, I invite you to do a simple test. Record yourself. Just use 5 minutes. You can be just talking about your kids. It doesn't matter what. Just put on recording on your laptop and listen to that result. If the voice is thinny, it's metallic, it's crackling, it's not a good sound, then address it. Don't just say, it's okay, it's good enough. They told me it's all about content. Don't listen to that. There are people who are saying, hey, look at what Gary Vee is doing. I got news for you. You're not Gary Vee. For one Gary Vee, there is a million other people who are completely different. And what works for him, it doesn't necessarily work for us. Because also Gary Vee built his reputation with many, many years of doing his work very, very carefully. What Gary Vee does today is not what he used to do when he started. And you, if you don't have a reputation yet as a video vlogger, or as a podcaster, or as just an educator in your field, then you need to build a reputation. And you build that reputation by caring for your image. I'll give you some examples here. So again, looking at my frame here, look at my lighting. Is your lighting good? Because lighting is important. And you look at my lighting right here. I'm looking at the video so I can reference elements. So the light is even. There are no hot spots. I don't have bright lights in the background. I see this all the time. I see people on video with either a window or a lamp, or this is my kind of my pet peeve, a ceiling lamp with a spinning fan. Just gives me the headaches watching it. Light is important. You don't know about lighting, inform yourself about lighting. It's really, really important. But even lighting, no hot spots, no bright spots in the background. Those are elements that you can address right now. Doesn't matter that you don't have much experience in lighting. And let me tell you one thing, if you are a professional and you are thinking about using video, or you want to use video, I do agree on the fact that you shouldn't let perfectionism get in the way of delivering your content. You should deliver your content as much as possible because it is beneficial for you. It's not, when I say you should, I should actually say you deserve. It's the right thing to do. But you understand what I mean. This is not me giving you laws or regulations or rules or coming from above. It makes perfect sense. You should release video as much as possible if you are in that space, if you want to do it, because it is beneficial for your business. The more you educate your clients and customers, the more you reach for your audience, the more benefits you're going to get. But at the same time, you have to be sure that everything in your frame, starting from the way you're lit, from your background, from all the other elements, from your branding, all those elements should be there and should be presented at your best because you deserve it. You deserve to create a great presentation, and your viewers deserve it. They deserve to see things in a clear way, in a good way, and to hear your advice, your words clearly and with a sound that is pleasant, not irritating, because sound is 50% of the image. If you can take anything out of this video today, is sound is 50% of the image, and you should be understandable. I've been in a video meeting just a few days ago, last week, in which one person, I could not understand anything. The voice was so distorted by their microphone, their poor quality microphone, I could not understand it. So you don't want to find yourself in that situation because you're a professional and you deserve to create a great impression which will build trust and will create a reaction in the customers and clients which will lead to buying or purchasing, say what as you prefer it, and hiring you. So please, please, please be aware of your image. We will talk about this more, and in the meantime, I want to thank you for watching this. My name is Paolo with Dreamlight Images. Thank you for watching.